to right my wrongs. So what I did in the last video is I added this shit up and I said 38 instead of 39. That 38 instead of 39 changes everything. When it's proper, you go from a V to putting a V in to breaking the balance, but then when you actually get rid of the Roman numerals and account for this shit, it changes to 5 and 50. You get rid of the 1 circle. You get rid of that 110, let's say. You add a 21 here for the 2 1s and the 0. 0th dimensional, 10s. Anyways, add these 33 cells up and you get, exactly 33 squared. 420 on this side. These are the differences when you add this and subtract this or subtract this from this. These are the different 97 cells and the giant heart over there. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. I made a mistake in the adding. I made a mistake in the logic. I hope this kind of rights any wrongs, but I want to go from this to this, and this is important. Cheers. See if we can do this. So I want to look at where the symmetry is on the reckoner, and I found some interesting conclusions. So there's your circled 69 and your 113, or your first and circled 3, doubly circled 3, which could be a circle and a 3, which could be a 5. First and 15. So these are going both ways. Now, there are your 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, I like the symmetry and everything, but it is in the shape of a V. And our only V is right above the 13 here. Not only that, it's above the 13. Our L is below the 13 on the other side. So, based on this, I'm going to restore balance to the equation. Now, what do we learn about that side? That it's very 110 driven. So, I already know a bunch of stuff, so I'm just going to throw down all the cells until we hit our fancy 110. Now we're really out of balance, guys. Okay, but from the line of balance, at the end I want to discover 5 different 110s on this side, which might bring us balance, as long as we find everything else on the record. So, alright, based on this example, what you see is what you get for now, but I'm going to be editing it. So, okay, first off, L, V, they are letters. The letters of the alphabet they are. I looked everywhere on the reckoner to try to find where V and L could be, and I found it, finally. Obviously, it'll be right here. They agree. So, that's your V. If you do an L here, 7 plus 13 plus 2 is 22. L is the 12th letter. Alright. 5 and 5 is 10. 10 and 2 is 12. So you make your little Montreal Canadian C out of L's, but it basically describes the letters for V and L. 12, But I don't like using the same cells twice. I really don't like accounting for something twice. So before we continue, Roman numerals are Roman numerals because they mean 2 different things at once. Now that we've derived or accounted for that, let's just break it down into what they are. 5 and a 50. Cool. Now, another thing. If you take the 12, L comes before. L is the Roman numeral that is an L, even looks like an L. And that L sums to 12. So if that L sums to 12, and that 1 can't be used on the bottom, it would be a circled, or a 1 of 7 of 13. And a 1 by 3, really, not a L. See where I'm going with this? 1 of 7 of 13 is 22. So you got your L and your V, where your L will sum to 12, but your V, I didn't count for the bubble in the L. I did not count for the plus 1 of the bubble. So I'm not going to do that down here. So that's just going to be 21. Look at that, it's the reciprocal of each other. That unit is used twice. There are 2 1s here. The only place on the reckoner where there's a 2 1 is right here. 21. So as a result, I don't want to doubly count cells, so that cell will only be accounted for once. These cells here, because they're not part of the derivation is a V. Kind of shows you where I want to go with this. So these guys over here we're going to get rid of. And we're going to let our starting point kind of float all by itself. Okay. We're looking at this column. This column's important. That's the column I did over here. That's all that crap. It's very important for some reason. So I'm looking at this going, okay, let's just never mind that for right now so we don't get confused with what's going on. Maybe let's get rid of that because, you know, the V did change to a 5. So, I have an eraser. Let's just keep it clean, Kevin. So, there we go. Now, alright, so we changed our V's. Okay, so we have an account. Okay, so again, if this is our balanced V, and we got 13, 13, that seems pretty balanced. Now we have a 28 here. No, we got to balance it with something on that side, on the last 4 columns. So where's our 28? Well, our 28 is going to literally be the 7, the 6, and the circle, and a slash for 2. 26, 27, 28. So this right here would be 28. 28. Cool. 50, 50. And an L. Interesting. Cool. 91. Well, where's your 91? There's your 91. 89, 90, 91. And you're 110, and you want 5 110s to complete, let's say, the segment. So you're 5 110s, so below the L is 110, for 110 number 1. And then you're going to have an 11 beside the L. Am I right? Yeah. I'm not going to write them in though. Okay, your 55s will start below this one, so there'll be a 55 here, a 55 here, a 55 here, and a 55 here. So that's 110, and that's 110. Not only that, you have a 10 here and a 100 here. Ugh. Oh, I always mess that up. For another 110. Not only that, you have a 1 here and a 1 here and a 0 here, and read it backwards, it's 110, but we're not going to really count for that. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 110s. Yeah. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Got a Q on that side. On this side, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And of course there's 76 in the middle. So 15 and 17, 32, 33. There are 33 cells on this page. The only thing I would like to point out, because we've gotten rid of the Roman numerals, we're not going to count them as letters and numbers, just numbers, because we counted for the letters here and here, because that cell's used twice and we're skipping some stuff here. That needs to be there. It is literally under the 13 being walled off by the smallest version of a heart. The next largest version of a heart can hold that. The next largest version of a heart could probably hold the 64, 36. Heart grew 3 times too big, so that looks pretty walled off. It's talking about that. It's talking about the 1 and the 1 here that I've removed. Anyway. So it's almost balanced. If we, 15, 17, the 1 in the middle, the scale's a little tilted. But what if I were to tell you that the sum of all this shit here, where you have to, the only thing I do is I count as 0 is equal to a 2, and a circled 69 is equivalent to a 70. What if I told you that if you add all these cells, you get 33 squared? Or 1089. What if? Yes, I apologize. So what do we got here? Okay, well we're going to have we got 70, 71, 72, 73. We have 73. Ugh. we're going to have a 12. We're going to have a 34, 38. I did this somewhere, didn't I? I threw it out. No, I probably threw it out. God damn it. Anyways, so that's an 8, 16, 17. The one on top. 2, 4, 9, 18, 19. The one on top. Yeah, it's like 297. 76, obviously. 28 and 160, so let's just put 28 and 160. And that'd be 2, 3. That's 220, 221, 222, 223, 224. That's fun, eh? And that'll be 70. Yeah, I didn't count this as 110 because it's backwards. Sorry, guys. But it counts, but it doesn't count. I'm counting them individually. So 70, 70, 71, 81, 181. Alright, let's try. 5 and 8, 13, 13 and 7, 20, 26, 26 and 8 is 34, 34 and 4 is 38, 39. That's the good right last number. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 14 and 9 is 23, 23 and 7 is 30, 38, 48. 8 is the right number. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is equal to 33 squared. Now again, I wanted to show you the V, but the only V I'm really... This is the first linkage to make the 5. A circle 3 and a circle 3 is a doubly circled 3 is a 5. These are added here because of your 91 needed to balance. So the 2 ones that are gone, or the one that's used twice is gone, but it's needed here because the output of the heart tells you the output. And that would be more like an input into the system, I guess. But you know, people like the 33 club. People like 33s a lot. People don't know that 33 squared is that. People don't know this, that these 33 cells, where you have to make a couple little tiny assumptions. No. I'm perfectly fine sitting here and doing math all my lonesome all day. The chair agrees. Is car on? Sorry, at the end of the day, what does 33 mean? Okay, what letter is that? 26 plus 7. Well, I used to stand for something. And he signs his name with a capital G. Now I'm on my hands and knees. Now look at this. If you go from here, like take the thickness and draw your G, it goes up and over and down. Make a hole here. Look what's in the middle. You're 21. The 2 ones. The one used twice. The 2 ones. And he signs his name with the capital G. I find that interesting that 33, the only things not part of the G would be those 1 and a 2. Remember, that could be a 1. A 1, 1, 2. A 1, 1, 2. A 36 plus 76 is a 1, 1, 2. Yeah.